Boom. Live on Facey Space. Live on YouTube. Can we do, actually, yeah, let's do this. Moving things around so it's easier to see. Moving things around so it's easier to see. Can I close this? Yes, 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 yes. All right, live on Instagram, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Welcome, friends, to another Wednesday Reiki Reset. I am Ross, your favorite spiritual strategist and grounded mystic, serving those, hello, serving those spiritually curious seekers who walk the line between the mythic and the mundane, guiding them to breathe truth back into their bodies through transformational soul work and all chemical healing. And we gather every Wednesday around this time to share in the Reiki energy. If you're here, I'll take that as your consent to receiving, and I'll share whatever messages come through. Something that was coming through, maybe it'll be relevant for you, but it was definitely relevant for me before we tuned in today, was this idea of almost like uninstalling the old programs that have been running rampant in previous lifetimes or just previous ways of being. Hey, Lindsay. Yeah, all these previous kinds of programming, outdated thoughts and ways of thinking. For instance, maybe you can relate. I was thinking of a situation and I jumped straight to the worst case scenario. And then I realized that, oh, the reality I'm living in now, where I want to be, where I want to go, what I am creating, that version of me never even considers worst case scenarios. He only considers the best, everything always happening for his greatest and highest good. Now, I'm not going to be naive enough to say that bad things won't happen, but I am installing the program that I'm not going to seed those things into happening. So maybe you can relate. And like I said, whatever images or messages come through, I will definitely share. As you can see, if you've been watching these for a while, I'm in a bit of a new space, or maybe you can't see, you can't really see on Instagram, but on Facebook and YouTube, you can see these are not my books. This is not my bookshelf. This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful home anymore. Talking heads. I'm house sitting and dog sitting for my dear friend Oliviana. Oliviana, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to escape from the vortex of Pittsburgh and nestle myself into the small town that you've got going on here. It's been a great couple, we're just in over a week, huh? 2 weeks, coming up on 2 weeks. Time moves slower in the country, kids. I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know what this voice is. I hope it doesn't get stuck. Sometimes when I go into voices, they get stuck. So let's hope we can knock this one out and get into some kind of energy transmissions today. So, like I said, I'm house sitting for my friend, and she's got all these neat little tools and toys here. Is this a cereal bowl? I hope it was, because that's what I used it for this morning. Just kidding. It's a sound bowl. I'm very interested in the story behind it. Look at that. These are words that I don't know what they mean. It's a map. I'm cracking up because I'm imagining some kind of like national treasure kind of, there's a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence, but like make it spiritual. There's a map inside the Torah. We've got to find the the seraphim before we destroy the world. I'm Nicolas Cage. Anyway, I'm going to ring this a couple times, get the sound going, and I will also use this to bring us out. We're trying something new here because we have the opportunity to. So go ahead and let your eyes close. If you're in a stationary position, if you're driving or walking, I'd advise against that for now. I've also set the intention that this will find those who need it. And if you don't catch it live, it will be here as a recording for as long as the internet exists. So, like I said, go ahead and start taking some nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. And if you're able to, and if it feels safe, go ahead and let your eyes gently close. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just letting the tensions and stresses and goings and doings of the day dissolve with your next exhale. Allowing yourself to settle into this space. If you're able to, letting your feet touch the ground. And with your next deep exhale, letting your shoulders drop maybe another half inch. And still breathing deeply. Bringing your breath awareness all the way down to the bottoms of your left foot and the bottom of your right foot. Letting this breath awareness rest down at the ground. Just see if you can imagine that with each exhale, you're breathing out through the bottoms of your feet. Each exhale, grounding you more and more deeply into the ground, into the soil, into the bedrock. With each deep breath, your breath awareness dropping deeper and deeper. Down, down, until your breath awareness reaches the core of the earth. And with your breath awareness there, imagine with each inhale pulling up the core of the earth, into the bottom of your left foot and into the bottom of your right foot. Connecting you with the mother we share, our Earth Mama. And with yourself connected here now, you can begin to imagine that with each exhale, you're able to send any denseness, any heaviness, any tensions, anything that's weighing on you down through your feet into the core of the earth, where it is instantly transmuted into unconditional love and support that you can inhale up from the core of the earth, up through the bottom of your left and right foot, into your body, your physical vessel. And just keep breathing like that. We'll go for about 15 or so, and I'll report back at the end. If you find yourself experiencing tension or tightness in the solar plexus area, the upper abdomen area, see if you can bring your breath awareness to the outermost edges of that sensation. We don't have to jump right into it. We can ease our way in. But as you do that, excuse me, as you do that, just notice if your mind is creating a story about that sensation. And if this is a sensation that you want to transcend, if it's a sensation tied with an older way of being or an older way of operating that you're not operating from anymore, then noticing that story, noticing the outermost edges of that sensation. In your own way, in your own words, I invite you to say something to that story, to that sensation. Thank you. Thank you for showing up today and speaking up. I really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate how safe you must feel in order to speak up like this. But where I'm going, the program from which I am operating now does not support this outdated programming. And in fact, where I am operating from has never supported this kind of programming. So thank you again for bringing this to my attention. But I have never run this program from this space, from this timeline, where I am now operating. Gently releasing that liminal space, breathing in And slowly wiggling your fingers and toes as you exhale. Breathing in and slowly letting your eyes open as you exhale. Like I said, this will exist for as long as the internet gods allow it to exist. The energy will remain here. And I hope you come back to it because there was a lot of good stuff in this one. Lots of solar healing. I think I said some things about the solar. I'm not sure. I get lost in the sauce, as my Reiki teacher would say. And a lot of throat as well, which was interesting because it jumped from the solar to the throat without any kind of noticing of the heart. But then that did come in. And you might have seen me stacking crystals on top of each other. And I was kind of connecting that with the energy of the universe. And the message came, a couple different messages came through. Firstly, the new home, the new community, the new society is coming. It's very close. And throughout all of this, whether it's home, the new community, the new society, there is support as close as your shirt is to your skin. God, the universe, the creator, the higher power of your understanding, however you describe it, however you define the mystery, it's as close to you in these actions with the house, the community, society, and everything else. That energy, that support is as close to you as your shirt is to your skin, which is very nice to think about. The Merkaba or Merkaba appeared. If you're unfamiliar with that, it is two intersecting triangle. Pyramids. Two intersecting pyramids, one facing up and the other facing down. It's something that you can do meditations with. Maybe I'll record one, a Merkaba meditation, but you could just look up YouTube Merkaba meditation. I believe it's Merkabah meditation, Meditation. I always want it when I'm texting it. It always wants to autocorrect to mediation, which is funny. But if you type that in, Merkaba meditation, you'd be able to find one and experience that. That's up for someone. Maybe I'll do a Merkaba meditation before I go to bed. And as I was closing it out, I always like to ask, is there anything else for the collective, anything else that needs to be brought through? And big spider came, big spider. Less the kind of spider from Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and more like Mrs. Spider, or maybe it was Miss Spider, kid's book. Spiders I've taken to be a representation of grandmother energy. So that support of the grandmothers, not just your grandmother on your mom and your dad's side, but like the collective grandmother energy is also available here to support you, along with the support of the creator as you define them. So just do it, bro. Do the thing. Build the vessels. Create the app. Write the book. Make the chapstick. All right. I love you. I love doing these. I love sharing the energy with you. If you would like to make a donation from the heart, the Venmo is in the description at Ross2287. Upcoming events this weekend, Sunday on Zoom at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing the Akashic Insight Hour. If you like hanging around in the energy like this, you might enjoy that. The information for that, including the link for the Zoom meeting, is on my website, rossmarshallpractices.com. Ross like the discount clothing store, Marshall also like the discount clothing store, practices.com. And you'll see all kinds of other events. I've got Soulfest coming up in just 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. That's exciting. That's happening in Erie. And like I said, I'm house sitting for a friend, so I've connected with a yoga studio up here, the Alchemy Studio. Shout out to Katie and the gang there. So next Wednesday, I'm doing an activating breathwork journey there. The following Wednesday, I'm doing tarot readings for a tea and tarot event that she is having. And then the following Wednesday, I'm doing a new moon down regulating breathwork journey. So if you're in the Edinburgh area, feel free to check them out and come join us for some breathing and some tarot. And I will see you very, very soon. Much love. Take care. Are you still going? How do I stop a video on Facebook? But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How can you hold a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like ending a live stream?